Hey guys, Clint Jivoin here. This is the first video in a section of my blog that I'm going to call Fireside Gear Gab. And basically, whenever I get a video up in this section, it's going to be on gear that I personally use. I'm going to go into details of why I love that gear, what I don't like about that gear, and that's basically it. I'm not going to waste time reviewing stuff that I don't like and I don't approve. There's no sense in just talking trash on gear. You know, it's my opinion. Other people are going to have other opinions on what gear and what they personally use. So, first in the list is this Victorinox Trekker. All right, I got this. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. You know, I've always had a Swiss Army knife, but I've never had one of the beefier models. And this thing's pretty sweet. Let me get situated down here so we can talk. So, this knife's cool. I'm not going to go into the dimensions and all that because, quite frankly, I don't know what all of them are. But it's got a nice fat blade. It locks, which is huge. That's what sold me on it. Okay. The other huge thing that I really like about this knife. Ooh, look at that. It's that nice saw blade. You know, and I was skeptical at first of how much work you could actually do with the little saw blade. I usually carry like a Laplander fold saw. But surprisingly enough, you can do quite a bit of work with this little saw. And it's really awesome for any kind of like notching with, you know, your friction fire sets. So it makes the notching a lot quicker and a lot easier. So, what else do we have? Well, we got the can opener. It's got that little flat head on the end of it. Okay, yeah, that comes in handy. I'm not real big on like the screwdriver parts on multi-tools and these. I think for someone who, you know, maybe your line of work, you use stuff like that. I'm always in the woods, and if I'm somewhere where I need to get a screwdriver, I've got a screwdriver I keep in my car, you know. Then one of the things that I really like about this is that nice fat bottle opener. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be out camping, you know, you don't want to be popping beers open with your lighter, right? So we got that. That's awesome. The only thing that I think is kind of stupid is the bottle opener locks. So every time you get it out, you got to freaking push it in, you know, and close it. And that would be fine, but it's like they put the lock on the knife and then they put the lock on there and there's no lock on the saw. So you know, if I could have my say in it, the lock would be on the saw, not that, not the bottle opener. But there's a big flat head on that, so that's cool. On the back side, you've got just your basic, you know, Phillips head screwdriver, no big deal. And then you've got this, you know, leather sewing needle all thing that's always hard to get out. These come in handy. I just don't like, you know, it's kind of like one of those things you can drill into wood with it. You know, it's good for like notching, you know, hearth board, stuff like that. But there's no hole. Usually there's an eye in some of these, and there's no eye in this one, so that's, you know, not a huge deal, but I just thought I'd mention that. And then you've got your tweezers on the end, and then your standard toothpick on the end. So this knife, I think the price point on it retail is about 55, 60 bucks. I give it an A rating. I think it's great. I think it's a great little knife. And quite frankly, if, you know, I carry this thing in my pocket every day, and with something like a small Whittlings axe or even a tomahawk, you don't need to have a fixed blade knife, you know? This is not a one tool carry option for me, and I don't really believe in the one tool option theory. You know, I think a sharp folder, a folder kept real sharp, I think it definitely has its place. But yeah, a lot of times I'll carry this and a small Whittlings axe, and that's, you know, what I consider my two-tool option. So anyway, guys, that's the Victorinox Trekker. I want to mention one more thing. I have the non-serrated. You know, if you're working with wood and stuff, I don't think serrated is the way to go on the blade. Again, just my personal preference. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. You know, you guys feel free to put your input in. You know, hate on me, whatever you want to do. You know, I'm just out here trying to put videos up and tell people what I use and why I use them. And I look forward to doing a lot more videos in this section. So thanks a lot, guys, and hope for the best, prepare for the worst.